today's video, we're going to cover 200 yards, 2-hour-old track with Cooper. This will be actually his second time attempting this. Unfortunately, last night there was an error on my part and I forgot to hit record. So Cooper's already run a track like this before. I'll say he was in more of a dirt location and he actually struggled. But today we moved over to a pasture. This is going to give an opportunity for the scent to be held better on the ground. I like to vary my locations. If I'd have gone back to the same location as last night, a puppy quickly learns. If I go from point A to point B, the reward's always at the end of the trail, behind that tree, behind that rock. But by varying your location, by varying your tracks, you require that the dog works, and they have to dig to be able to find that reward. So by varying your locations, you have a better opportunity for the dog to work and not just go A to B and make the recovery.
boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Oh, it's a good boy. Yes. Yes, a good boy. Oh, he's a good find. Oh, it's a good find. Oh, it's a good boy. Yes, a good find. Oh, it's a good boy. Yes. Oh, it's a good boy. Yes.
Yeah, we just finished Cooper's 2-hour, 200-yard track, and overall he did well. You know, he got off a little bit, he overshot the 90, and he paralleled the track a little bit. I wasn't worried about that because that track was laid, at the beginning, was laid cross to the wind, the prevailing wind. So he was a little bit downwind of it, but he was still tracking. And that was what was important. You know, he recognized that he got off and he got back on. He worked to get himself back on the track without me commanding him, and that's what I want. I want the dog to be able to figure that out on his own, and he did very well with that. You know, that brings up a point about the winds. When you're laying your tracks, never lay your tracks into the wind. And the reason being is if you lay into the wind, your dog is going to work with the nose up instead of down. And usually whatever working style the pup develops as a young dog is what they do when they're older. So I'm going to be very cautious about the way I lay my tracks because I want Cooper to really dig deep for those tracks. You know, when we go across a cut field, a harrowed field, or a pine stand that's nothing but pine straw, and he's got to dig deep to get that scent out, I don't want him working with his nose up. I want his nose on the ground. I think at this point we're going to move on to actually shoes, dab, or drip method. But before we do that, we're going to introduce him to the lead, and that's what we're going to focus on the next video.